Oh, it's all shiny and stuff. This be a copy of Pokemon Gold for the Game Boy Color. No, Game Boy, regular Game Boy. Game Boy Color would have that little, where it's bubbled right here, but it's not. So just standard Game Boy? Sorry about that. But it's in color, it's in gold, right? Makes sense. No, it doesn't work that way. John Riggs here, how are you feeling? This is open cart surgery. I like to take these games that aren't working to me. Sometimes they're sent in the mail, sometimes they're handed to me at conventions, and I just try to get them working again. I try, I do my best. Decent success rate. I got my cleaning supplies here, even got my soldering iron handy just in case. As with Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance, I've noticed most of the time, if I just set up to touch up the solder points on the ROM itself, then that usually works a lot of the time with these Game Boy games. I don't know why that is. But it's worth having a look, and I mean, we'll try the cleaning stuff first, because if that's all it takes, all the better. But if not, let's figure it out. Before I even put it in, I'm going to use a Game Boy Advance SP for testing. Before I even put it in, let me clean it at first, and I'll open it up too. I have a screwdriver. I just saw it a second ago. Here it is. It's a 3.8mm security bit, or game bit. It's the same, it's a Nintendo screwdriver. It's the same used for NES, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance. I mean, like Nintendo 64 to an extent, because on the inside there might be other stuff too. And Game Boy is just one screw in the back, and then there's a little tilt. Just like that. You see that? That's all it is. The front plate drops down just a little bit, just like that. And this is all loaded here. Let me show you. Yeah, that worked. Okay, I'll just do it like this. Look at this bad boy. So we got a lot of things going on here, but really the chip I'm worried about is that one there, and maybe that one there. Yeah, I mean, while we're here with the soldering iron, we could just hit up all of them. You know, that would be fine too. But the pins do look a little dirty. We can clean that up a little bit. Q-tips and rubbing alcohol work just fine too. I like using these 1-up cards. These ones literally have my face on them, and I sell them on my Shopify store. Link in the description below. I'll even sign it for you if you need one of these ones specifically, but any 1-up card will do. I think they're great. And I've had a lot of success with these open cart surgery videos. They're always the most boring, but just using a 1-up card, you know, sometimes that's all you need, really. That's all you need, really. And I like doing this anytime I go to a convention. I don't really do yard sales or estate sales as much as I used to, but if I go to a convention or work at a trade and I get a bunch of stuff in the mail, I'll always take it through one of these first, just so I know that I had a hand. Like sometimes, you know what I mean? It's hard to say out loud, but I don't trust anyone. Like, I don't know how long it's been in a box of games, like in the garage somewhere, and then they just bring it to a convention, you know? I'm going to take care of it myself, that way I know it's been taken care of, you know what I mean? That's my own anxiety, but trust me, I don't want to be putting spider eggs into my consoles, you know? Hasn't happened yet, but yeah. All I'm doing really, it's just cleaning the pins. There's a fluid side and a dry side. I use the fluid side with the rubbing alcohol. This fluid, it's rubbing alcohol. I do like how these scrub, and they're just convenient. They're flat like this, so they stick into games. They do make them for Game Boy size, and I had one around here somewhere I was going to show you, but it's basically just one of these, but half, you know, so, but again, if I'm opening it up, I just want to open up the whole thing anyway. And actually, just doing that looks a lot better than it did. You can pop it in like this. I'm just going to put it back in here. I'm not going to put the screw back on, though. And the thing with, I should show you that with Game Boy games too. I didn't really show you this. So this is the Game Boy game, and the back is nothing. It's up against a flat wall, so you don't have to worry about that. The only thing you need to worry about is this front side. So you don't have to worry about cleaning the back of it, you know. So there's that right there. And I'm going to put this right here, and you can just do this without screwing the screw back in, and then pop it directly into a Game Boy of your system. Game Boy system of your choice. That's what I meant to say. It's early yet. All right, let's see what we got. Classic sound. And nothing else. All right, we got the sound, but nothing. It shows a Nintendo logo, which is nice, and I'll show you that again here. So it shows the Game Boy logo, and it shows that Nintendo logo. That means that it knows there's something in there for Game Boy, because if I take this out and then play it, it'll do the Game Boy Advance opening. So it knows there's a thing in there. It's just not, you know, it's like there's something wrong with the starter on this thing or something. Holy Christ, a car term? Jeez. Okay, hold on. You know what I mean, though? Like, it knows that there's something there. And I don't think the Bright Boy is going to do any good, so I'm going to go straight to the soldering iron. If you're like, Bright Boy, well, sometimes in my videos I use this stuff, which really helps, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the case. I am going to try the soldering iron, though. If you're curious what soldering iron I use, it's this Hako one. Again, everything I use is linked in my Amazon affiliate description linky. What's one of those show links that you use, you know? It's the one that, like, you know, like you buy it from Amazon, and then Amazon says, oh, hey, congratulations, somebody bought this thing just because of your link. So then we'll give you like 3 cents per sale or whatever dumb thing it is, but you know, but it works though. I honestly don't know how much how much it is. Big shout out to Ryan Gobel who just purchased something. Oh, it gives me a chance to talk about my new sticker paper. Hold on. I want to show it off here. This is the Betckey premium labels. You can get them for spindles, you can get them for shipping labels, all kinds of stuff to choose from. You know, I sell the video games I make, I sell the air fresheners I make. I do that through my my Shopify store online. And I also do a ton of Whatnot sales as well. I love using the Whatnot app. But whether it be Etsy, whether it be eBay, anything, then it comes to the time where you have to ship them. And of course, the easiest thing to do is to ship them from home. Now this here is the 4x6 label paper I have. This is for the printer I need, but whatever printer you have, they're gonna help you out. Has a patented glue technology, has the perforated dotted line there for easy tearing. And this, you can kind of see it popping out a little bit. It's because it is glue-free, which means that you're not wasting those last precious labels. Trust me, I use something till it falls apart. So I need every single label on here. So with just like that, oh, I love the feel of it. And there you go. Just for you, Ryan. And I'll put the address label on the back. I'm not going to show the address on this video. And there's no guesswork. Like, here's the sticker, and then the back lets you know. So, like, sometimes when you're like, which side do I put it in? I don't know. You ever have that problem? When I make my own video games, I print out using the full 8.5 by 11. That way I can put it through my sticker cutter and, you know, do all the sticker stuff too. So again, premium stickers with the full-sized sheets as well. Betckey is the one you want to look up. And if you need sticker paper for printing labels, for your making your own stickers, whatever you need, they're the ones to go with. I got you an exclusive code too, 15% off. Use my link in the description below, John R15. Anything that you just saw or anything on their site. John R15. Link in the description below. So, oh, hold on. Let me just take this out. Oop. The old dump method. That's right. Very strategic. So, we have Pokemon Gold trying to get it to work, and I have my DS handy here. And again, I'm just going to take this hot soldering iron, and I'm just going to touch up each individual pin the best I can. I don't want to, I mean, there are people who just kind of like go, drrr, drrr, and which is fine, but I always feel like every time I've tried to do that, I was like, oh, I can do that. I end up carrying the solder traces over, so then like 2 of them are touching the same solder and stuff like that, and that's not good. So I get really close here. My eyesight's not so great, that's why I wear glasses. But I see very well up close without my glasses. Fortunately, I have a camera right in my face. I'm just touching up each little thing. It's hot. You might see a little steam come off of it, a little smokage. And that means it's working, I guess. Like that's again, I don't have a tech background, I guess. Yeah, why not? If that's what that means, sure. I'm sure somebody who actually knows what these chips are. I was like, no, not that one. Don't touch that one. Usually when I'm doing something like this, too, I let you know about the conventions that are coming up, and there's a ton of conventions that are coming up. Next one's going to be Southeast Game Exchange. Southeast Game Exchange in early July. I'll be back in Greenville, South Carolina. Didn't go last year, but looking forward to coming back this year. I'm also going to do this one over here, and since I'm right-handed, I'm just going to do this side, then this side, and then I'll flip it around and do the other sides. Later in July is Geek Fest in Everett, Washington, and I'll be there as well. This is new for Everett. It takes over like the entire downtown, it seems like. There's like outdoor food trucks and entertainment, and then there's also a big old vendor hall full of video games and stuff too, so... In Everett, I can drive there. That's good news for me. What else is coming up? Let's see, that's July. Then August is the Utah Retro Game Expo. Had a great time in Layton last year. Layton is just north of Salt Lake City. And looking forward to that one again, too. I saw so many like Transformers and stuff, as well as great deals on video games. I'm a huge fan of the Salt Lake market, so happy to come back. That's August. September is Cleveland Gaming Classic, my first time there. That's in September. Then October, there's a couple of them. I have the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo. Early October, that's the first weekend of October. Oh no, sorry, late September is Portland Retro Gaming Expo. I should probably talk about that. PRGE usually happens in October. It's happening late September this year. And then October, that's when there's the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo. And then the very next weekend is the Retro Game Con in Syracuse. Love that one. I'm flying there. Neil Dubon, the guy who plays Astarion, is going to be there, so My wife's really looking forward to meeting him. I wonder why. We'll see where November and December bring us when those dates come. But in the meantime, I got plenty of expos on the way, on the horizon. Yeah, all I'm doing really with the touching this up is the solder melts, and I'm not adding new solder. It melts, and then I let go, and then it re-hardens, and it's like kind of breathing new life into the solder. Sometimes I've heard the term cold solder, where it's just like, well, it's been there so long, it's just kind of dormant, you know, turns to cement in a way, but not really. But doing this, it's like, oh, hey, yeah, we're still working. Little pat on the back there. We'll see if that works. If not, I don't know. Let's try something else. I'm hoping it does, because, you know, the Pokemon games are usually pretty well sought after. Any of them, I would think. Vendors doing Pokemon for big money. Oop, there we go. Come on, baby. Nothing. It does that when you hit the L and R buttons when you're playing a Game Boy game on a DS. Should I try again? Did I miss something? But this might not be one of those usual cases. I don't know. What do you think? I just noticed that looks kind of like it looks like a Pokemon right there. Some kind of like hippo or something. Well, it's already not working. Should I try that one method where I just rake it up and down? I mean, there's not as much solder on here in the first place, so I guess it's not gonna. You know, I'm not like pulling solder from one to the other. And if I do, I can always remove it, but I just hate doing that. I don't like that grindy sound. That's the reason I don't eat ice. my teeth aren't sensitive. I can bite ice cream literally. Like the sound of like fork hitting teeth. I was like, oh, hoping this does work though. That'd be good news. Thank you for all your support. 200,000 subscribers. I know I didn't really do a video or anything like that. That's like in the world of YouTube stuff, retro gaming YouTube channels don't always do great. But yeah, thank you for being along for the ride. It is quite the ride, isn't it? I mean, this YouTube channel's been around for about 10 years, but I didn't actually take it seriously or start doing regular videos. I just post a video every once in a while whenever. That didn't come till later, you know, back when I started doing like cereal reviews and you know, like, oh, here's a look at my Speak and Spell collection. I didn't know, but what kind of kickstarted my whole YouTube channel for long-term stuff, like, you know, to keep it going today, are these open cart surgery videos. And although these open cart surgery videos, believe it or not, don't get as many views as most of the other videos I do, they're still fun for me. And again, I'm going to be doing this anyway, whether I'm like filming or not. So I may as well film it and hope for the best and have you along for the ride. Just to see if we can get it working. This is my final draw here. Here's hoping. Again, everything else looks fine. You know, the battery looks fine. And I don't know if it's like Nintendo games, but like with NES games, even if there's no battery, it'll still work. I don't know if it works for Game Boy. It just won't save. Of course it won't save. But it's easy to replace the battery too. All right, here we go. Good news, please. That's not the good news I was looking for. Well, do you have any ideas? Let me know in the comments.